Hi, my name is Katie, and welcome to chapter 1 of HTMX. So, over here, we've got the package.json, which uses Node.js for the project, and the project's name is my code, and then it specifies that index is the main entry for the file, and then it uses the ES module to format. And then by the scripts, we've got dev. This runs the web using the nodeman to auto restart the server, and it uses server.js. And then to start, it runs the web using node index.js, and then the test is a placeholder for running tests. And then we've got our dependencies, which is Express, a framework for building a web server. And then the nodeman, it's a tool that restarts the server during the development. Okay, now I'm going to explain the server.js. So basically over here, um, there's a middleware. This serves a static files, then passes the URL codes in the JSON request bodies. And then we've got get requests that fetches users data with an external API. And then the JSON placeholder.typicode.com is based on a limit query parameter, which is simulated with a 2-second delay. And then the HTML response generates a list of usernames, and then it sends a response, and then the server setup starts the server listening to the port 3000 with a log message indicating it's running. Now I'm just going to explain my index. There is a lot of code. Basically over here, this is my CSS included. So over here, basically we've got a header using animation. Also using keyframes to alternate the text and then shadow the colors for a futuristic look. And then the main content, which is the slide up. Let me look for it over here. The slide up animation for the main section using the keyframes to create a professional loading effect. Then we've got our buttons. Let me just get the buttons. Okay, we've got our buttons. So the buttons is an interactive way to use the gradient backgrounds. Then it's scaling, and then shadows the effects when you hover over the button. Let me just show you. As you can see, when I hover, it just moves, you know. And then also is also the glowing effect. The HTMX module. There's just a glowing effect to give it a futuristic look. And then we've got our links. Basically, it's animated underline hovering using before, and then the transition effects, and then we've got our footer. So the footer is just pulsing the animation, and it's added to the footer text to keep the module engaging. And then we've got our spinner. So the spinner is a custom load spinner using animation with CSS for feedback basically. And then this is just the web. Let me just open it. So over here you can see that it lights up. Let me just, yeah, it pops up like that when I refresh it, when you just enter the page. And then here's my prompt. You want to proceed fetching the users, and then I'm going to say okay. And over here I can see all the users. And that is it for chapter 1 in HTMX. Thank you for watching.